Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. We finally have a sit down video, guys, after almost 1 year of not sitting down to actually gist with you guys. It's just been vlogs back to back, and there were a lot of reasons for that. Number one being that I did not have my own space. If you guys are OGs to the channel, you know that I moved into the hotel where I was staying in the same room with my friend Ife, and then we moved back to the doctor's quarters where we were still staying together. That kind of messes with the equilibrium of things. Filming sit down video is something that requires a lot of planning. I have to have a hang of everything that I am doing, and so it just wasn't possible to sit down to chat with you guys. I was just doing vlogs back to back, okay? But we are back now to sit down videos every now and then, and I'm very excited that I can actually sit down with you guys and just with you guys. It has been such a long time. I'm really happy, okay? If you cannot see it from my face, I am actually very excited. This video, like the title says, is a life update, because I know that a lot of you guys have been confused by my recent uploads, by my recent vlogs. To be very honest, your confusion is very valid, and so because of that, I'm like, let me come here and sit down and catch you guys up on what has been going on and where we are at right now, because I did not really do that in those vlogs. I just kept on vlogging. I was just vlogging away, you guys. I wasn't really explaining what was happening to you guys. So yeah, this video is going to just be a life update to tell you how things have evolved over the past couple of months and where we are right now. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So the first update that you guys already know by now is that I finished house job. My last final week in house job video, I uploaded it I think in March, about a week or 2 weeks ago. The truth of the matter is that, guys, I finished house job in December, early December. That vlog was from last year December, okay? And for some reason, I know the reason. I was very exhausted, I was very tired, and because of that, I just decided to take a YouTube break, okay? I took a break from everything in my life, okay? Everything that resembled work, I completely just dipped. I ghosted. I stopped vlogging after I finished house job. I also wasn't working as a doctor anymore. Like, I just decided to just rest because I was very tired, burnt out, stressed. I was just done. I was really looking forward to being jobless, okay? If you are on my Instagram, you would know that I spoke about this a lot of times before I actually finished house job. I was really looking forward to getting done with house job and just being jobless and not having any responsibilities, and for some reason I just extended that to YouTube as well, okay? So I took my sabbatical very seriously. I was completely jobless, waking up and sleeping every day without any particular aim in mind, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was an amazing time. After I finished house job early December, I went home, relaxed and refueled for December. If you guys have been living under a rock, there's a thing called Dirty December where you just really unwind in December, okay? So my friends came back. Rolake came back from America, Big Bay came back from the UK, and a bunch of other people also were around, and we went back to Lagos and we had an amazing Christmas and New Year's. I spent Christmas at home though, but like the time before that and the times after that, we spent it in Lagos, just having a good time, going out to eat, dance, bond, meet new people, went to the beach. You know, it was an amazing time. And during that time as well, I had my birthday. My birthday is on the 27th of December, so I had my birthday as well. It was such a nice time. It was very relaxed, okay? Like, I had my makeup done by Tosin from House of Revo. She did an amazing job. I absolutely loved that bit. We went to dinner, went out dancing, and then the next day we went to the beach. Like, it was just an amazing time all through. That was how my December went. And after that, I went home and I became dormant. I completely just shut down. Everything just grinded to a halt. I was completely jobless. I wasn't doing anything. I was just waking up and eating. That was my biggest concern in life, what to eat every day. Okay, I would wake up, figure out what I want to eat, and that was pretty much just it. And at the time, that was really honestly what I needed. Towards the end of January, I started working my registration for NYSC. Okay, so now we are moving on to the next point, next update. I started NYSC. I almost did not meet this batch, the January batch that I went with. I almost did not meet it because I had to do a lot of signing out from housejob and getting my permanent license as a medical doctor in Nigeria, and all of that just took a long time. I even had to go back to my uni, OAU, to finish up my registration as well, submit some documents so that they can make sure that my name is sent to the batch that was going for NYSC in January. I was able to meet that batch, and thankfully I went to camp in January. I think camp started January 29th or January 25th or somewhere around that time. I can't remember the specific date. And I was posted to Lagos, okay, but my camp was in Ogun State, in Shagamu. So I did my camp in Shagamu even though I was a Lagos copper. And the reason for that was because Lagos camp was full, okay, so they moved some of us to Ogun State camp. And I actually was excited to be going to NYSC camp because a bunch of people had raised my hopes. Okay, they already gave me high hopes and they told me how it was going to be amazing and I was going to meet a lot of people and I was going to have a good time and it was going to be the best thing and all of that. So I was very excited to actually go to camp to experience it. And also the fact that a lot of people say that the Ogun State camp is one of the best camps in Nigeria, so I was also happy about that. Tell me why I got to camp, and from the first night I already knew that I made a big mistake. Okay, I already knew that I wasn't going to enjoy it at all. We were almost 40 people in a room, in a small room, mind you, so we had bunk beds and whatnot with tiny windows. Guys, I don't do well in stuffy areas, and so at night there's no light at night, so sometimes they put on the gen, but they put off the gen at like 10 p.m. so you don't sleep with fan or light or any of those things. Imagine staying in one room with small windows and 40 people, almost 40 people, and there are mosquitoes as well, and the place is stuffy. I could not sleep. Like a lot of the time I would wake up at 1 a.m. and have to go outside and just like catch my breath. It was that bad. The bathrooms were insane. Okay, I was always so scared to have my bath. I did not do number 2 at all in camp. I lasted only 3 days because apart from the fact that I wasn't enjoying the whole experience, my saving grace came when I started reacting on my skin. So I was reacting, I'm guessing it was the water that I was reacting to. It was all over my skin, like it was so obvious. I applied for exit and like I got it that same day because obviously everybody saw that my skin was going through the most. It was actually not a pretty sight, so they let me go home on the 3rd day. And so I spent 3 days in camp. Did not enjoy it. I know a lot of people do and did. Majority of the experiences from NYSC camp are mostly good, but for me it wasn't. The whole living situation just did not allow me to enjoy my experience. For me personally, where I live is very important to me. Like it affects everything, including my mental health. If I can't sleep at night, then I'm grumpy in the morning, and then I have to fetch water, and then I'm scared to have my bath because my skin was going to erupt into hives, and you know, all of those things. It just wasn't working out. Okay, so for me, I didn't like the experience. A lot of other people did. In fact, people that I know personally that went to NYSC camp, they absolutely loved it. So mine is an isolated event, okay, but that is my own experience. That's my own personal story. I got exit and went home, waiting for camp to finish so that I can be posted and I can begin my moving process to Lagos. The way I'm saying all these things now, they seem very, casual, easy breezy. Guys, I was all these processes, right? Like the process to get signed out from house job, to register for NYSC, to go to everything was just it was one roadblock after the other. It was not easy, guys, but now I'm saying it and it's sounding like just like easy peasy, just nothing to it. There were times that I cried a lot when things were looking like they were going to go left. Let's bear that in mind. I then moved to Lagos. I was in my uncle's house, and a lot of things happened with accommodation, where my PPA is at, and my uncle's house. Guys, extremely when you say there are two ends of the city, they are so far. The times that I was leaving from my uncle's house, I would leave at 5:30 a.m. okay, it was that bad. So I would have to have woken up like an hour before to have my bath, shower, all of that, then get Uber. And do you know how much I was paying for Uber? It wasn't funny. Then I started house hunting, which is another story on its own. Things were just going haga. All of this was in the period of 2 weeks. So guys, this whole thing from me moving to Lagos to finding my own place and all of that was about 2 weeks, but so much happened in that time. But eventually I found this place and I eventually moved here, and I am also now working as a doctor again, but a lot less stressful than house job, I have to say. The physical stress is less, it's just the mental stress, because for the most part I sit in an office and I just see outpatients. That's what most of my, not all of it, but most of my job looks like right now. I have more free time than house job, so I can focus on other plans, other goals that I have for this year. If you want more details on any of the things that I have touched on, you can just let me know in the comment section, and I can do a video just explaining what the process was like to you guys. But for the most part, that is, you guys are all caught up now, except for things that I actually don't want to share. What next from here on out? Do my job. I'm trying to be the best doctor for my patients. It's very stressful actually doing that in Nigeria, but I really try to be professional while being empathetic and being a good doctor, communicating properly with my patients, carrying them along with their diagnosis and treatment. We're doing it, okay? We're doing it. I am trying to switch up my schedule. I don't really like what my schedule is looking like right now. Even though that looks easier than house job, it's still not the best quality of life that I want for myself. Number 2, decorating this apartment. Like I said in my previous vlogs, I am dead broke. Okay, I'm a broke babe. I am dead broke, so I cannot do anything presently to this apartment apart from what I already have going on. But as time goes, we are going to be decorating. My living room is completely empty, okay, completely empty. There's nothing there, but in time I'm going to be able to get to make it a semblance of what my taste is. Okay, I cannot per se afford my taste, but we can make it similar. I don't know if you guys get what I mean. Thirdly, I want to be consistent on YouTube. I went on a very long break, and this year I am back with full action. We're going to be uploading twice a week. I'm still trying to figure out what days of the week that we're going to be uploading, but be sure that for the most part, I don't want to promise anything also because work is stressful and I have other things I'm also working on, but for the most part we're going to try to upload 2 times a week. If you've not subscribed, like I always say, you are very wrong. That brings us to the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for all the love on all the previous vlogs. You guys are such sweetheart, amazing vibes, and I absolutely love you guys for that. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.